Hey guys, it's Cynical Who here, and welcome back to another video, and welcome back to the 7th episode in me and Max's Series 1 commentaries. Today, we are going to be doing The Long Game. Now, The Long Game is, well, in Series 1 gets the reputation of being the sort of, well, the bad one, basically. A lot of people really sort of look down upon The Long Game.
Yeah.
But I'll let you take up. Yeah,
well,
I think we share quite a similar opinion about this one, that it doesn't really deserve the hate that it gets.
This is the thing. I mean,
yeah.
The Long Game is just sort of one of those episodes. I hadn't seen it for years. I saw it once when I was younger, when I was watching Series 1 for the first time, and then I didn't watch it for years, and then I went back to it a couple of years ago. I watched it again, and I was pleasantly surprised by how much I liked it. I mean, compared to the rest of Series 1, it is one of the lesser episodes, but I think that says a lot about the general quality of Series 1. I do think it is underrated.
I think I'd probably give it at least like a 7 out of 10, and for what is supposedly the worst episode of the series, that's really good going.
You're rating it, and we haven't even watched it yet.
Yeah, okay, yeah. My opinions may change as we get into it, but yeah, we'll have to see. And I think as I said, I don't think it should get as much hate. Well, I mean, we'll have to wait and see, basically. So, yeah, let's get into it as usual. We'll save the rambling for the next 44 minutes and 25 seconds of this story. So, fingers on play buttons, and we will start watching The Long Game in 3, 2, 1.
Bam.
Okay.
It's a bit weird. You feel like you're going straight into the action. It's quite a weird opening.
Oh, we sort of. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting.
Oddly bombastic music from Murray Gold. Throbbing hum.
Interesting settings.
All those sort of balls they're meant to be, like that. It's like a sort of Christmas tree, but oh, what a lovely shot there from the behind the fence.
I like the sets. I like the setting of Satellite 5, and I like this bit where the Doctor's sort of mentoring Rose there about how to do the impressive thing.
Apparently, the whole idea of Doctor Who taking the mick out of the media, this was an idea that Russell T Davies had on the back burner for quite a while. If memory serves. I've just been online seeing what other bits of trivia I can find out about this.
I didn't actually realise that this is also written by Russell T Davies. So
yeah, do not expect anything new, but rather an ingenious jesting with art. A quote from a pianist there in response to the quotes that I'm digging up on the internet that you can dig up yourself if you're watching via a laptop. This isn't going to be anything new, I imagine. These will probably be facts you know already. Same with all the other things.
But recycling's good for the environment, so.
Yeah. Oh yeah, according to Russell T Davies, this episode was based on an idea which is submitted to the Doctor Who production team in the early 1980s. That's according to TARDIS Data. Can you imagine this in the John Nathan Turner era? What they would have done with it.
It does feel very 1980s, and
yeah,
I think I was gonna say maybe something. I love that line as well. I was gonna say something like at least the latter half of in Bad Wolf, it's sort of Vengeance on Varos. Yeah. Reminiscent. I think it was very relevant at the time.
Yeah.
But I could see this as sort of standing in for like a season 24 story or something like that.
Certainly, yeah. Yeah, it's a bit odd that this they could have had the titles at the start. It's a bit odd the pre-title sequence there. But
interesting, and I like the title as well. Long Game. It's interesting and
it's relevant. Someone says later on they're playing a long. No, that was Bad Wolf. He says someone's playing a long game. Is it just me, or is the space in between those two lines of text there slightly larger?
I don't know, but I love the rendering of Satellite 5. It looks fantastic. The CGI.
Yeah.
And I love this sort of alien setting. Something I think maybe was done better here than it was in the Rings of Akaton, but a lot is done better here than it was in the Rings of Akaton. But yeah, I might talk about that.
Very odd to have a sort of vibraphone or celestial whatever in the music there. Gives it a fairy tale feel, which is very odd given the environment they're in and the situation.
It's a bit like the sort of the end of the world music as well, isn't it?
Sorry?
Bit sort of like the end of the world music, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, Satellite 5 is very similar to Platform 1, I thought.
Yeah.
There's a bit
Oh
of
God,
a
I forgot there's that
homoerotic
moment.
subtext building here between the Doctor and Adam. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, I forgot about that moment where he throws up later in the story and it turns into an ice cube.
Yeah.
Bit strange, but
Oh.
yeah, I like Christopher Eccleston in this.
Oh
story.
yeah, the story
He's-
title "The Long Game" foreshadows events of Bad Wolf, the two-parter apparently. Doesn't say whether or not that was deliberate, but given Satellite 5 reappears in the finale, I would assume so.
It got 8.01 million viewing figures, which is quite interesting
Well,
to see.
well, viewers, not viewing figures, but
Oh yeah, sorry, so yeah, viewers. And apparently, the Doctor Who fans thought this was going to be about the Celestial Toymaker this episode.
oh, because
No
it's
idea
a
why.
game. Yeah, very clever.
Yeah, but I suppose.
When is the Celestial Toymaker going to come back, though?
Well, I think we listened to a bit of the Nightmare Fair together once, didn't we? I seem to remember
I've got
that.
yeah, and I've got that CD at home. I still need to listen to it all the way through.
In fact, I dug into it. There's an 8th Doctor comic called Endgame, and it has the Celestial Toymaker, and it's okay. It's a bit whimsical, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense,
Yeah.
but it's alright.
Yeah.
Nice world building, though, especially for Satellite 5.
Yeah, the
and I
walls are
like
made
these
of gold. I feel
characters.
like that's one of the elements of satire there. Sort of people thinking that, like journalists thinking they're going to make it big when they go into their first job, and
Yeah.
but
Oh, Face of Bow. Interesting. I mean, it couldn't get worse than the pregnant man, but
well, nothing could be worse than the pregnant man, because
you're not going to do a Serenga conundrum rant here,
No.
are you?
I'm just going to say
Okay.
what the point was of the pregnant man, but of course that's not relevant here. I'm as
And there
fed,
is no point.
I'm as fed up as you are, dear viewer, that every single one of these commentaries has featured at least one dig of the Chibnall era. Why can't these remain sort of positive videos, as opposed to
Well,
saying,
look,
"Oh,
it's
Doctor Who was so
it's-
good in the past, and in the present it's shit." I hate saying
get-
that. Surely
I'm
you want a
getting
break
hungry.
from that.
I'm getting hungry. Look at this. I want noodles now.
Nice and slash puppy are a contradiction in terms. Like mutually exclusive. Slash puppies are the work of Beelzebub. I mean,
Yeah.
I've never tried them, but they look disgusting. So I would
They're just
never
sort of
want to
like
try them.
okay. They're basically just squash, but frozen.
Nice bit of foreshadowing there with Adam's insight there. He hasn't really got much of an insight. It's like, wow, look at this. It's like, this is this. And you can kind of tell that he's going to get kicked out.
And this is the first time we see Back on Earth since.
World War
Dot-
3.
Yeah. Okay. I mean that's. And then I think this is the last time we see Earth until Parting of the Ways, is it not?
Yeah, last time.
Oh no, Boomtown, of course. I'm being
yeah,
stupid.
but we don't see Jackie for a while. I mean, it's quite clever
and
the
of
way
course
Series
there's
1
Earth and
features
Dr. Dance.
domestic
Sorry, I'm being
life so
stupid.
often.
Yeah.
Stock collection sound effect. Right, I just need to Google who Mutt and Jeff are. Mutt and Jeff. Okay, so was that the android? Sounds like it. Mutt and Jeff is a long-running and widely popular American newspaper comic strip created by Bud Fisher in 1907 about, and I quote, two mismatched tin horns. It is commonly regarded as the first daily comic strip.
Now, the more you know.
Yeah. The more you know, the more you know, the more you know.
Oh, in fact, the thing about this feeling so much like a season 24 story, I actually saw an edit of the scene where someone managed to splice in some clips of the 7th Doctor, and it worked like fantastically.
I wouldn't say season 24 because this does not feel like a pantomime in any way at all, and there's no camp bands at all.
Okay, season 25 then.
Something that did age well is the ladies and gentlemen multi-sex and variations
Yeah,
thereof bit there. Now this is a special effect unlike any other in Doctor Who. It's kind of gruesome and not gruesome. It's only some years after this I realised, do you actually see their brain? It's literally just opening up the head and... There we go.
Yeah. Surprised that... Well, it is gruesome, like you said. And I think the effects look quite good, actually.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Yeah.
Do you like Rose's costume in this episode? I can't think of things to say. So,
but I was just about to say this is just like spending an entire afternoon on Twitter.
Could you elaborate?
Well, just having all this information streamed into your head, and people practically being wired into the internet nowadays thanks to VR headsets. Thank God for VR.
Okay, I guess.
Right.
Wallace and Gromit theme. Sorry. Sorry.
What do you think of Simon Pegg as the editor?
Oh, he's good. Sorry.
What happened?
I had a bit of a tangent. Forget me, just carry on. I'm quitting the reviews. Just do it by yourself. I can't do this.
What? Right, okay. Right, so the let me just look at things to say. What do you think what do you think Kronk burgers taste like?
I don't know. What do you think Jaggerfest tastes like? That was an answer. Comment below, guys, what you think the mighty Jaggerfest tastes like.
Before the break,
if anyone's
we
actually
asked you
not
what you
clicked
think
off of this
Jaggerfest tastes
video.
like, and the answer is...
Shit!
Yeah. This is very Robert Holmes, sort of him talking to these people despite the fact they're long dead. So, lovely shot here.
It's funny.
I love the fact his suit is all blue
funny.
and the fact it's white and sort of covered in snow and ice and...
I find it quite funny how the monster's just growling
that
and he's just...
font hasn't aged well. Oh, we're going to go for a futuristic font. And of course the fonts that date the most are the fonts that try the hardest to look futuristic. Same with anything that tries to look futuristic. Well, she looks very excited.
Do you find her a bit over the top, or...?
I think it's not too bad. Yeah, and you can tell he believes that. Yeah, so... Production. So, this is according to the Wikipedia page. So... RTD claims he originally set out to write this episode from Adam's perspective, watching the adventure unfolding from his point of view, like in Rose, and seeing both the Doctor and Rose as enigmatic, frightening characters. He even gave this outline a working title, the title of Adam. Another working title for this story was The Companion Who Couldn't. According to Davis, the concept of the long game was originally written in the early 80s and submitted. We've already been through that. Whether it was ever read by the production team of the time is unclear. The BBC script unit rejected it and advised him to write more realistic television about a man and his mortgage instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. According to the DVD commentary...
yeah, what the hell was this romance between those two supposed to be? Hang on, she literally has Mickey, so why is she...
Well, the thing is, it's kind of alluded to earlier, the sort of relationship being strained. I mean, that's only something we really explore in Boomtown, but of course they've been away for a year. Adam's smile there. But it is like, yeah, you've only known the man for 5 minutes and already you're giving him a key.
That is a bit strange.
I'm really loving this sort of chat and, I've been working for years and I've been passed for a promotion for years, and this is how people talk in real life. great.
I think
That's a good lift.
it's interesting. I think the first mention of Bad Wolf was in Unquite Dead, wasn't it?
The big bad wolf, and then it gets written
Yeah,
on side
and
the
here
TARDIS
it's
in Aliens of London.
Oh yeah, and here it's Bad Wolf TV
Yeah.
is the name of the. Okay.
But that's a more subtle one. But it's very interesting with the Bad Wolf plot arc, how it was kind of left to unfold naturally, and your attention wasn't drawn to it. You were just left to notice it, and it's only in Boomtown that it's really sort of talked about explicitly. So Adam's actions are apparently motivated by the fact in earlier drafts of the script his father is suffering from an incurable disease, and he helped to find a cure that had been discovered between his time and the year 200,000. In the shooting script, the condition is arthritis. No trace of this motivation remains in the finished programme, but the director Brian Grant discusses it as if it was still present. So perhaps it's one interpretation.
That looks nice there, definitely. I think these sets are.
Oh yeah, the lighting's kept very low, which is always a winning formula.
Nice atmospheric. I'll have a look. See who directed this one.
Brian Grant. But I've got it. I'll just look here. So. Oh,
so he's
right. So
this is his only story.
Well, I've clicked on the long game, and then I've clicked on the link to Brian Grant, and I've just got Brian Wade Grant is a retired American basketball player. So that's useful.
Yeah,
I guess.
I mean, on TARDIS fandom, it says this is the only story.
Oh, here we go.
Directed. So
yeah. So he's
quite good. Quite good. That's a nice shot.
So
he's
a music video director. So that's interesting. He directed episodes of Highlander, The Worst Witch, that TV show you love. He directed episodes of
excuse me. I've seen it once and I wanted to tear my own fucking face off.
Lovely.
And FYI, the direction was shit.
Right. Well, maybe that wasn't an episode by Brian Grant then.
Talking of pacing, I don't know whether I feel this one's going slightly slower than other episodes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel this one is a bit slower, but given that they've all been pretty fast.
Yeah,
it doesn't
definitely.
feel too...
No, not too bad. I don't think he's particularly threatening. I feel he is just sort of a bit...
Well, it's not his job to be threatening.
Well, no,
he's like media people. People in the media are not inherently evil. They don't actually try to be evil. They're just amoral. They're just doing their jobs, and they don't care about morality and things like that. And I feel that's the case with the editor. But the thing is, it's Simon Pegg. He's a comedian playing a bad guy. I mean, he was pleased to get the opportunity to play a bad guy. It's very... actually, we were talking about this being the John Nathan Turner thing. That was something John Nathan Turner liked to do quite a lot, getting comedy stars to play straight roles, people from like entertainment, which came up for criticism, but then we wouldn't have had people like Nicholas Parsons playing the Vicar in The Curse of Fenric. God rest his soul.
I think just a second ago he brings up the footage of her in the army or whatever it is, and you can quite clearly see that she's just outside a house.
Strong female character. But
I like this moment though. Yeah. I mean, there aren't too many memorable moments from this story as a whole.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about it really.
I mean, for something that Russell T Davies wrote, I think...
Yeah. The thing is as well, the satire of the media, I don't feel is... I feel it's very much background material because it's trying to juggle a lot of other things, the sort of alien threat, the stuff with Adam.
It could have been done. It could have been done better.
I feel like there are times where it has taken a greater presence. But
I mean, that shot's a bit weird. I wonder how the Jaguar actually comes down. Does it?
I'm kind of imagining people thinking, "Oh, I wonder what the monster looks like," and then being shocked by what the Jaguar looks like. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to think what contemporary audiences would have made of it then.
And isn't that's the same room in that's in Bad Wolf, is it not? Or
Parsons Ways. It looks very similar.
I wonder whether they kept the same sets up for. Yeah, I think it is. Well, we'll get to that when we get to it. Or maybe about halfway through our Series 1 commentaries at this point.
Yeah,
almost.
this is the halfway episode.
Well, yeah, and we're almost halfway through it, so.
Right, so.
Oh no, sorry, that's
this. So the rigours of producing this episode, according to TARDIS data call, were particularly influential to the structuring of the production schedule in the following series of the BBC Wales version of Doctor Who. Specifically, this episode, perhaps more than any other in Series 1, pointed out the utility of double banking, which is filming 2 episodes at the same time. The experience of producing the long game would lead directly to the introduction of the Doctor or Companion Light episode that was a consistent structural element of future series. So it's thanks to this episode we get Love and Monsters and Blink, and as TARDIS Data Core points out, it's narratively significant for being the first Doctor Who story in which a companion was kicked out of the TARDIS for bad behaviour, which is quite a good idea.
I can't think of any other situation like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the Fifth Doctor probably thought it quite a lot of the time with Adric.
Yeah.
Well, at least annoying
Yeah.
behaviour. I mean, I don't mind Adric. I think he's underrated.
I think some of his acting in season 18 is a little bit.
Oh yeah, definitely early season 18. But by season 19,
I do think his relationship with the Doctor is one of the best things about Logopolis. It's a bit of a shame we didn't have just the two of them alone for more often. That kind of apprentice relationship would kind of Adric sort of being the helper, pass me that tool and.
Looking back on it, it's a bit weird how I put Logopolis as I think number 8 in my top 10 classic stories.
Yeah, I don't know. I watched it recently when I was re-watching the whole of season 18, and I feel like Tom Baker deserved better. Personally,
maybe I'm a bit kind on it, but this is the sort of pinnacle moment of the episode.
Yeah,
and he's transmitting. Yeah. 2019.
The microprocessor became redundant in 2019.
Did it?
No.
Oh.
So this is what they meant when they said that Canon's fucked.
Yeah. This is what everyone's angry about at the moment. I wonder if anyone's died from it yet by the time this is uploaded. Maybe there's been a massive Doctor Who war breakout where Bolstrek stands against everyone and just sets his dogs upon them.
Just gave up and topped themselves, given how depressed people were with the. I mean, I shouldn't be making light of that sort of thing, but that's what the mood feels like at the moment. As we record this on Friday the 13th of March. Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. Oh.
That's quite prescient because people talk about that with their phones.
Oh, is that?
She does look familiar, actually. I'm just going to.
I think is that.
Oh, that's Tamsin Greig. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is that Tamsin Greig? Yeah, it is. Who also plays the mum in Friday Night Dinner. So that's. I don't think we were recording when I pointed out.
Frank Katzenjammer in Black Books, Dr. Caroline Todd in Green Wing, Beverly Lincoln in Episodes, Jackie in Friday Night Dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it'll be a chip on your shoulder, mate.
Yeah, basically.
This is like watching Olivia Colman in the 11th Hour. So, because at this time she wasn't.
Because she's everywhere.
Yeah, but she wasn't at the time, which was. It's not even there.
I love how she like managed to pick it up and.
Well, no, but it's not actually there. She's not picking up anything. It's like the end of
That's
Britannia
the funny
Hospital.
bit.
In 50 years, it will be possible to contain the entire world of Homo sapiens in a matchbox. So if you haven't looked up the ending to Britannia Hospital, do yourself a favour. After this video, look it up on YouTube. The final scene of Britannia Hospital. You won't regret it. Yeah.
Well, if you recommended it, I might do, but
Yeah. So, Pico surgeon. And in a way, that's starting to happen with people becoming so codependent on their devices and their mobile devices and their laptops. And I mean, we're using technology now to make this. So it's like we are the computers now. We are cyborgs, and we're starting to merge, especially with wearable technology and VR headsets. And so I'm rambling.
I don't know if we've mentioned this in this series yet, and even if we have, we're going to do it again.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Ninth Doctor's sonic design?
I think it's nice. I mean, yeah, they have sort of basic.
I think considering the last Sonic before that was,
they probably didn't need to do that. But other than that, I like the fact it's simple but effective.
It's sort of,
and unlike
it's,
the blue
it's
light
off the
as well.
TARDIS. It's
yeah.
It's off the TARDIS. It's reminiscent. It's because it's got the cracked
like
sort of porcelain.
Because the later
and
Sonic designs become quite convoluted, don't they? So to have something like that is quite refreshing.
I like the simplicity.
I don't actually have a
considering
problem. There are some things with the Chibnall era I don't have a problem with, like the titles and the theme tune, which has grown on me, and the Sonic Screwdriver. I mean, yeah, it is pretty.
Don't do it.
Well,
don't say it.
No, but I like the 13th Sonic Screwdriver is not too complicated to design, because the design is not the priority.
Sorry, I'm just going to eat a sweet here loudly and on the microphone so you can all enjoy it. So I exaggerated that for effect, by the way, just to annoy you all. But yeah, I like the nice.
Why is
Considering
it
the
so
last
hot?
Sonic.
Because I'm in the room. So I'm just trying to get. And again, we have another scene building up the mystery of the Doctor.
Yeah.
It's like episode 2 where the tracker was struggling to recognise the Doctor, like the Forest of Sheen tracker.
Yeah.
And that's somewhat undermined by also saying that Rose Tyler's no one and implying it's due to time travel.
Yeah.
I mean, promotion is one way of putting it. You. It's always the ventilation shaft. Someone needs to do a dance mix of his line all the way from the top. All the way from the top. All the way from the top. Is it just me? I'm sorry. I haven't been out a lot today.
Have you been out at all today?
I did go out for a walk. Right as it was starting to hail.
I mean, when this goes out, the weather might be better, but you know.
Yeah, lovely blue. Everything is blue. Well, not here. And the operation is off screen. Just like Perry's operation in Mind Warp. Well, operation is a bit of an understatement.
Would have been good if Adam just woke up bold, like Perry.
Warm. Not cold. My body is warm. Because I now know everything I need to know from my media services and... Click of the fingers. Click on this web page. Click, click, click. You notice the subtle connection?
Uh,
I love how they have no idea what Adam's up to, but the Doctor's already sort of made his mind up about Adam.
I like this bit. That's good.
And
The
the
way it's
CGI is really
rendered.
good. You feel like it's actually there.
Mm.
There's quite a lot of extensive CGI for this. So.
This moment is.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Disgusting.
Apparently that's supposed to be a kiwi and orange ice cube. Oh, apparently it actually is. Well,
no, it is an ice cube because he's.
Yeah,
Look,
the ice
listen,
cube that they had on set was a kiwi and orange ice cube.
I've always thought it looked a bit.
I mean, that is
fruity.
an original idea, freezing the vomit.
It's a bit disgusting though.
Well, I mean, it's less disgusting than the alternative, which is to puke it all out as liquid.
It'd be funnier though. Or puking it out as gas. That would be interesting. I suppose that would save a lot of room, but. Well, no, mess, you know what I mean. Are you eating again?
No. No,
Yeah, you are.
I'm not eating.
You are.
I mean, it may sound like I'm eating, but I'm not eating.
Okay. Well, enjoy your air. Oh, I've run out of things to say about this story. I don't know why. It's Friday. I'm just sitting back
It's
and enjoying and
probably
watching
because-
this. It's
It's
been a long
probably
week.
because
I'm
we
just
don't
watching
have a
Doctor
lot
Who.
to say about it. There's not a lot interesting about it compared to other episodes.
Something funny thing is, I'm in my duvet right now, and I've always been in my duvet every episode we've been recording.
Oh.
I'm nice and. That's quite an iconic shot of the Doctor, isn't it? Well, you
Yeah.
know, the Ninth Doctor. Sorry, I dropped my mic.
Oh dear. Well, this has gone a bit peaked on, hasn't it?
The reveal.
I mean, this isn't.
Okay,
I mean, it's not.
Max,
I'm just thinking. Go on, sorry.
I will give you £10 if you can I can't even speak normally. If you can successfully pronounce the whole of the Jagrafess's name.
Right. So.
And you're not allowed to read it.
The mighty Jagrafess of the holy Hadrajasic Maxaradanfo.
Okay.
That'll be £10, please. See, it's not difficult if you
okay.
read it slowly.
I'll give you £10 worth of Doctor Who DVD at Christmas. How does that sound?
Thank you.
Probably just get you like
I'll just
Sun
go
Makers
for it.
or something.
I'll let you know which ones I fancy.
Alright, fair enough.
But I was thinking, it's not exactly. The satire in here is somewhat subtle and background to the point of fading into the background and being
I
ignored.
could get you in a Simon Pegg figure.
Yeah. Apart from the fact that the Jagrafess, the editor of the newspaper, is a shark. Because that's what Murdoch-like figures are. Piers Morgan and Rupert Murdoch, they were all sharks. Jagrafess is a shark, do you get it?
Oh, it's doing
hungry.
political satire.
Yeah. See, this is what I was talking about last week with Van Stassen, and why I was so disappointed by Robertson and the Arachnids in the UK. We have a character that is flawed and doesn't see eye to eye with the Doctor, and doesn't see the right thing, but they come good in the end. They go through this journey. It's not quite as well executed here, because it's a sudden change on a dime, really, but...
Well, I don't even remember what happens in the end. Yeah, his performance is quite good. I do like it.
He's really good. It's unconventional, but it's good.
Slightly John Simmy mastery a bit.
Oh,
I guess.
yeah.
It's-
He
so
looks
that's my
very
bed's
much like
just-
John Sim in Wild Enough in Doctor Falls.
Yeah.
Because he only appears briefly in Wild Enough in Time.
In fact, I think I used the editor. Well, no, I used the editor figure to make a custom Derek Jacobi master from the Big Finish series.
Yeah. Nice handheld shot there.
Again,
I mean, just
interesting direction
holding the
by.
camera and getting that shaky grittiness to it automatically adds a dynamic energy to it. As though there's an urgency in. Well, that's a point.
Jaguar belly.
Of course you do. Nice smoke there.
Yeah. I was just looking at the design of some Jaguar Fest. It's a bit.
No, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I think the CGI has aged well, the sort of surface of the Jaguar Fest. Apparently Nick Briggs did do some voice work for the Jaguar Fest, but because it was very similar to the Nesting Consciousness in episode 1, they got rid of it. Oh, I can translate it. I am so clever.
So everything's kicking off at once, even though it's not everything. It's just two.
This has been going very slowly,
things.
and then it's suddenly, sort of in the last few minutes, it's suddenly.
But
I don't
looking
know.
at the time on the. Okay, well, I mean it's almost over, which. I think,
the pacing is done very differently to the rest of Series 1. I think because there's not
which,
so
again,
much
is
of a story.
Considering this is a Russell T Davies story, and he managed the pacing so well in his other.
Yeah. Is that a scream of joy or a scream of pain?
I don't.
Because he looks like he was enjoying it.
Why is he screaming?
Because he's not done it before. Yeah, because I was going to say the whole thing with Adam, in order for it to be really important, it has to have some impact on what the editor's doing, and I had forgotten it had, but of course it does, so which gives the Doctor all the more reason to kick Adam's butt. Or bum. We don't say butt, it's too American. I thought the TARDIS key was gold, not silver. Oh no, it only becomes gold when the TARDIS is on its way. That's quite a nice touch from Aliens of London. I don't think we talked about the moment it lights up whenever the TARDIS.
Interesting, yeah, and we'll see it again in the next episode, Father's Day, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I don't watch that one often. But, so that would be interesting to come back to that one.
Yeah.
So I always thought... Yeah. I forgot to say earlier, the skeleton work. The work they did on the skeletons was very good.
Yeah. Big Gotashi just shoved it off.
Well, it's
it is just the same set,
anymore.
but with some plastic draping from the ceiling, which I don't know what that means, but evidently it means it's abandoned or something.
I think if this is the weakest episode of Series 1, they did a very good job sort of hiding the fact that the production values are still very good. Oh yeah, so it was
Oh.
deliberately given a shark-like design with the intention it would snap out like a shark. The initial design was also described as a lump of meat on the ceiling.
Oh. Oh God, that's disgusting.
And that's the thing.
But I think
The thing is, she's not doing it to save the world. She's doing it because she didn't get a promotion. She's taking it out on the company she hates because the company's being rude to her. That's her motivation. That is character development. Well done, Russell.
I think the monster. If you've ever seen Torchwood Series 2, Episode 4, an episode called Meat.
Yeah.
There's basically this giant. There's this creature. Slight spoiler warning if you can be asked for a 13-year-old story.
Yeah.
14. Yeah, 14. It's basically the monster's just like a giant slab of meat, sort of like the Jagrafess. It's like a giant whale.
Well, I mean, which
And
would you rather have, that or a gas that fucks people to death?
Oh, hard to say.
I actually like the last.
Maybe if they both combined into one, and there's just this giant bit of meat that, like, just sort of, yeah. But I think it's definitely rendered a lot better here in Meat, the episode itself.
I mean,
it doesn't look fantastic. It's a bit sort of ropey at the end.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah,
there's just chunks of beef falling from the ceiling.
The Jagrafess is a little bit of an afterthought in some sense, because it's literally just, it gets too hot, so...
Oh, look at the giant chunk next to him. Ah! I forgot about this. There's just bits of Jagrafess meat. Again, take that home, fry it up, and we'll be able to see what it tastes like.
Just one problem. It's CGI. I love how it sort of blows up like a sort of balloon or...
It's a bit disgusting, but...
Oh.
Oh! Oh my God! I forgot about that. That is great.
I do think the CGI of the Jagrafess has aged very well. It was quite tricky at the time, I think, to do, and
that shot is lovely.
There were numerous delays with the CGI, but I think it was worth it. And this is quite a poignant scene in hindsight, because we later find out in Bad Wolf that he has just wrecked the Earth.
Yeah.
He's got rid of the media and...
was it Milk?
Oh, lovely shot. No, this is the mill at this time.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's what I meant.
And it's just
love this. Idiot. I like that transition.
Jump cut. No whip pan like they would have in the Moffat years. But yeah, it's like he never occurs to him what he's just the implications of just what he's just done. I like that. Eccleston is brilliant as ever, particularly with this bit.
I love that.
And of course that contradicts his point of you can't have this because it's too early. This isn't the right time zone. But of course that chip is not supposed to exist. But of course they use it to say to Adam, be careful where you go. Yeah. Doctor was brutal though, wasn't he? I've just realised we haven't really laughed much during this episode. Well, a couple of times, but there's only really one laugh here, and it's a pretty good one.
Yeah, in a second. I mean, it's not like Dalek where it's that serious. It's just
it's not exactly a dark episode, but it's not particularly funny one either.
I mean, I laughed the most when the Jagrafess exploded and there was beef casserole everywhere. But
please don't click your fingers. Please don't click your fingers.
I love that. Also, I want to see this next time trailer because I don't. next, Father's Day, interesting episode. We'll come to that next week, or whenever we decide to record it. But a very, very good story, and we will come to it next week. A nice concept.
Yeah,
and I say this trailer's
unlike
very
any
good.
other episode we've had, really.
A classic quote there from Christopher Eccleston. So that was The Long Game. What did we think of that?
Okay, so I've mentioned the pacing. There are things I like about it. I like the character development of that black woman whose name I can't remember because I can't be asked to look it up. Yeah, Kafka. I like her character arc, her sort of redemption near the end. I like Simon Pegg's performance. I like the idea of the Doctor rejecting a companion. That's original.
Yeah, that's good.
But I would concede that as a whole, it's okay, but it's nothing particularly spectacular. Although there are things about it that work, I do feel it's not as good as the previous 6 episodes. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. I do feel the satire could have been done a little bit. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't Chibnall level disastrous because it was subtle, and there were no long patronising monologues. But you kind of feel that it didn't really have anything new to say about the media. It's stuff we've kind of all heard before, and that does the whole storyline of the editor manipulating events should have been interesting, but it just feels insignificant compared to the other stuff going on. Like, I'm more interested in the Adams subplot, really. But no, I thought it was alright.
I feel tired after that episode, and I don't know whether that was the pacing or I'm just tired.
Yeah, it feels much slower than the other episodes.
I
feel like, in terms of story, there's less of a story here. But I think it's
that might be what lets it down, the pacing.
The thing is, he pitched it back in the 1980s when we used to Doctor Who running much more slowly.
Wait, who was it? Who pitched it?
Russ T. Davies.
Oh, he pitched the story. He pitched the story in the 1980s.
Yes, we said this at the start.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was just someone else's episode. Yeah. That's quite interesting.
I mean, I don't know how much he developed. I mean, he certainly added on the idea of the Doctor rejecting the companion. But I'm not saying I hate it.
I mean, the Doctor did reject H.G. Wells in Time Lash. That was quite funny.
Unlike the rest of Time Lash, supposedly. But
yeah, you haven't seen Time Lash, have you? I should probably show that to you sometime, and I think it'd be interesting.
Should I look forward to
it? Short answer, no. Long answer, very much so.
Okay,
but no, it's an interesting piece of TV.
If this is the weakest episode of Series 1, then Series 1 was excellent.
Yeah, definitely. I think my point still stands. I think I would definitely still give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, my point still stands about the consistency and the quality control of Series 1.
I think all I needed before we started this commentary was a hypothesis about why I don't like it, and I think now I can sort of, not why I don't like it, but why it's not as successful among fans, and I think it's mainly down to the pacing.
Yeah, but I think it's also because Series 1 is filled with so much good stuff.
Yeah. Definitely.
But yeah, I think it's alright.
Yeah, Jaggerfest was good.
Yeah.
A
lot of the CGI in Series 1, some elements of the CGI in the series have aged, but the Jaggerfest hasn't aged at all.
I like Christopher Eccleston, the Ninth Doctor's attitude in this one.
Yeah,
is very
and
funny.
Tasman, brutal at times. You could make an argument that it's not very Doctor-like at times, but that that was the Ninth Doctor. And Tasman Gregg is excellent in it as well, and only a cameo, but she really, the character really sort of comes out at you and grabs your attention, and that is all down to Tasman. But no, it was good. It'll be interesting to see what we make of Father's Day, because as I say, I haven't really watched that one that much.
Make sure to come back next week and join us for Father's Day. If you haven't seen the other episode of the series, then there will be a playlist linked in the description below. Yeah. Make sure to watch all the episodes running up to this point if you can find the bloody time.
Make sure you've watched Series 1 first, of course.
Oh God, of course, yes. But make sure to watch it along with us as well, and make sure to join us back next week for Father's Day. And I think that is all we have to say about The Long Game. Is that?
I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah. make sure to follow us on Twitter and check out Max's music and his blog and
Thank
whatnot.
you.
My Twitter, hear us ramble about shit. And we will see you all next time for Father's Day.
Take care.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.